So it's great that we're gonna talk about this movie that came out in February or like beginning of March.
So topical.
Finally, so topical. Look forward to our review of Sinners coming December. And
Oh, we're doing that one next
no, no,
week.
no.
I guarantee it.
Oh yeah, did you see it already?
I have tickets tonight.
Tonight. Okay, are you going with Nikki?
No, but I'm doing a little one man run at 10:25 p.m.
Can I tell you something that no one else is gonna tell you until after you've seen the movie?
Sure.
It is the Thank you for welcoming us into your headphones. My name is Chema.
And I'm Eddie.
Reviewing Mickey 17. This is the rollback. He's dying to save mankind. Unlikely hero Mickey Barnes finds himself in the extraordinary circumstance of working for an employer who demands the ultimate commitment to the job to die for a living. So, this is the new movie by acclaimed director Bong Joon Ho, director of the Academy Award winner Parasite and other new classics like Memories of a Murder, Snowpiercer, Okja, and The Host. And now Mickey 17. Basically, his cash, he's what in the industry they call a blank check movie, which is you have a lot of success with one movie, and then the studio is like, here, you can do whatever you want for like all this money, and then sometimes it goes well, sometimes it doesn't. And in my opinion, just to be very brief about my reaction to the movie, I thought it paid off wonderfully. I thought this was great. Probably still my favorite movie of the year. It's battling Sinners right now for that top spot. Um, and I had a great time with it. I think Robert Pattinson is probably the most interesting actor working right now. And we get another crazy ass voice for him, which is just wonderful. It's exactly what we wanted. So, a movie I think made for the sci-fi nerds, for the freaks, for the lovers, and for the yearners. What did you think of Mickey 17?
I am of divided opinions actually on this one, and I understand both sides. It's one of those movies where people have a strong opinion, and I understand both.
Okay.
Initial reaction, I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. It's a philosopher's movie, man. Like it's very much there's one part that I really loved when they were talking about cloning on Earth, right? Where he's like, so what happens? Because the clone killed someone, the guy didn't, but they all get charged? Is one an accessory or are they both murderers? How do they divide the time? Do they each serve a third of the sentence? Or
Yeah.
it like I love that. And legitimately, I paused the movie and I sat down for like 20 minutes. I was just thinking about all that. I was like, this is amazing. Um, so no, I mean, let me be very clear up front. I really liked Mickey 17. Is it my favorite film of the year? No, but fuck, it's really good. But it's also really heavy-handed and at times a little messy, if we're being honest with each other.
You think so?
It's not as clean as Parasite. Parasite was like
Oh yeah,
slick.
Parasite is lightning in a bottle, like once in a generation talent. Like that's not. But much like we were talking about last week when we talked about the monkey and long legs, like these need to be different. Like these need to
No,
be
no, no.
so different. Yeah,
No, I agree.
and
They're different movies with different approaches. I don't mean like it's not as slick as Parasite like that, but I mean as in Parasite, I guess felt more
connected
concentrated
or
or I don't know how to describe it. Can I give an example of the criticism that I understand?
sure.
So I heard one criticism about the look of it all, right? Like the design, what the spaceship looks like, what the tech looks like and everything. And I heard one person say they love how futuristic it is and how accurate it looks because realistically, I mean, they're capitalism, right? Like they're not gonna have these grand designs like in Star Wars. They're not. They don't have the dead room for it. They're gonna compartmentalize, minimize things. It's not gonna look pretty. The lunch hall is not gonna have a window to outer space. Like, not how it works. But on the other side, I understand people feeling like, oh, that's so minimalistic. Like it's a movie. Why not go all the way with it? I understand both sides. I understand the criticism of negativity, But I also see like, no, I believe a futuristic spaceship would look like that because it's minimalistic because capitalism sucks.
Yeah,
Right?
and also this is a basically one of these mega churches, but just with a spaceship. Like it's basically what it is, and that's when eventually we're gonna have to touch on the political edge of this movie, which is,
Oh,
like you
you let me know
mentioned,
when you're ready and I'll fucking rip into it. You let me
very
know.
heavy-handed. Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about everything else because I feel like that's gonna take the biggest chunk of the thing. At the very, very start, I have to commend one Mr. Robert Pattinson. I think
Love him.
love him. I think is it possible that we can nominate him for both um main and supporting actor? Like, do you
Can you
think it's
imagine
possible?
the uproar if he won double duty?
It would be
Like,
amazing because, like,
what if, okay, so Robert De Niro is pulling the same thing for the Knights of, or the Arcade like Knights, something like that, right?
yeah,
What if they both get double nominated, but Robert Pattinson wins both, and he's just like, suck it, Robert.
it'd be so cool. Because, like, I genuinely think that he is an incredible talent because he is a weird little freak and he loves to play weird little freaks. And he's
Did,
been on a generational run, in my opinion. Like, no one is doing it like he is.
did you
Like,
hear the Batman in his voice when he was Mickey 18?
not at all.
I heard
Did
it. No,
you?
when he was going at Stephen Yoon, and I paused it and I rewinded it like 10 seconds, and Nick was like, "Why?" I was like, "Hold on, real quick." Played it. I was like, "That's Batman. There it is. That's the Batman voice right there." I loved it. I'm sorry, I did.
It's it's kind of amazing because, like, when he starts talking, it's kind of I had a strange reaction because, like, when he starts talking, I had the same reaction that I had when I first saw The Water Boy,
Mhm.
which is like he starts talking and you think, like, is he gonna talk like this the whole movie? And but you grow into it. Like it kind of becomes almost a facet
He's just soft
of
spoken.
his yeah, this is probably my favorite character that he's ever played, if that makes sense. And somebody on Letterboxd did us the favor of doing a list of, like, hey, Mickey has 17 clones, and now Robert Pattinson has 17 iconic roles.
I like that.
Yeah, it's like he is Mickey Barnes, Ray from The Rover, Eric from Cosmopolis, Jacob from Water for Elephants, Samuel from Damsel, the Heron from The Boy and the Heron, Henry from The Lost City of Sea, Tyler Hawkins from Remember Me, Monty from High Life, Reverend Preston from The Devil All the Time, the Dolphin from The King, Neil from Tenet, Connie from Good Time, Edward Cullen from Twilight, Cedric from Harry Potter, Winslow from The Lighthouse, and Batman. Like that's a generational run, and he's gonna be in the in Nolan's The Odyssey, and he might be in Dune 3. Like,
Man, he
actor of our generation, man.
I feel like he, and I know that there's a significant age difference between the two of them. I feel like he's coming after Timothy Chalamet for that, like, for the throne there. There's very clearly like Timothy Chalamet to Robert Pattinson has strong like Robert De Niro
Al Pacino.
to what's the name? Brad Pitt vibes.
Okay.
Like, I'm your senior, but I'm better than you in every way. I've had better roles than you.
It's funny because, like, the funniest part is that they're friends, like they're buddies. Like it's
Oh yeah, Robert De Niro
nothing
and
nothing bad with some friendly competition there. Yeah.
yeah. I'm sorry, I meant George Clooney. My bad. I meant George Clooney,
Okay,
not
Clooney, Clooney.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
No,
yeah,
it's
Robert
just
Pattinson
they're
deserves all the praise. At minimum, I think he should get an Oscar nom. Like at minimum, he deserves an Oscar nom. I don't
yeah,
mind saying that
because
this early.
yeah, and no, I think he deserves it because he really carries the whole movie in his back, and he is, the kind of hero that, like, we don't really see in these kind of stories. Like we would get like an action hero, we get like someone like his talent is that he is resilient and that
He, and
he can just take
he's
it.
a good talker though. Also, I would argue like he very much like his moral compass saves him a
Yeah.
lot, especially when he was gonna mess around with the other space captain, and she's just like, "Stay here for a minute," and he thinks about it. He's like, "No, I need to go."
Yeah. Um, to me, it's like the scene when he gets poisoned, like at the dinner,
Yeah,
and that
he
whole
won't
part when
die.
he's like he just won't die. He's twisting himself on the floor. He's making sounds that I've never heard a human make, and amazing, just incredible in every sense. And I love this kind of character. I love that his motivation from the start. The reason why he got into this whole thing is because he was like, well, I heard macaroons were gonna be big, so I just figured why not make a business out of it. And like
You can make
that's
a business. You just don't get a fucking loan from a loan shark, you dumbass.
it's so funny. Like he did this because he wanted to put a macaroon store. That's so
To to be fair, it's not his fault. It's Stephen Yoon. Stephen Yoon is the biggest dirtbag. I don't know why he insists on playing these characters after Glenn. Like it's almost like he's trying to break bad. Like, no, I can be a villain. No,
no,
you
no,
can't, Glenn.
he's stretching himself out. I really like Stephen Uni in everything that I see him in. I like him, and I mean I like him in Nope. I like him in this. I liked him in Minari.
He's
Uh,
pretty good
uh,
in Invincible.
yeah,
It's a
he's the
voice
voice
role,
of
but still.
Invincible. Yeah. Yeah, so he's good in this. You kind of take him a little bit for granted because he's so good at like just playing a dirtbag in this. Um, something that people weren't talking about before the movie came out, and it's like, they talk about the sci-fi aspect, they talk about the political aspect, they talk about his accent. Um, nobody told me that this was a love story, and
That's
a pretty
true. It
good
was not
one.
marketed as a love story, you're right.
And I think they kind of missed it on that because if they had, if it came out near February, it was perfect. Like they should have marketed it as like because what Mickey and Nasha have, like that's relationship goals right there. Like those are
That's
two
a day
people that
one.
those are people that like match each other's freaks, man, and they lift each other up, and those are the kind of relationships that I love seeing. Sure, we love the tragedy, we love like the chaos, but these two, man, they melt my heart. They were just made for each other.
I love the part when I love the part when so they delay it a little bit. Mickey, obviously he loves Nasha, right? He loves her to death. It's not till the very end that we see the scene where because we see Mickey die like early on in the movie and midway through the film. We see him being killed by different experimentations in the freezing cold, like wounds, viruses, whatever. But what we don't see is Nasha there talking to him, comforting him. At one point, like she berates the scientist, gets a suit, and she holds him while he dies again and again and again.
Yeah.
Like, damn. It's she Nikki paused the movie and she was like, "That's a day one." Like, if there was any question, that is a day one right there.
Yeah.
Which I mean, she's
And
crazy, but she's crazy, you know?
no, they match each other's crazy, and that's what I really like. Like there's a great scene where she's supposed to be this agent, this person who has a higher rank, and there's a moment where like he's kind of helping her like lace up her boots. There's a moment where he kind of like looks up to her, and the expression that these two share is just wonderful stuff. I thought it was a great chemistry that these two had, and they're both very funny and very like clearly comfortable with each other, which makes it very entertaining when he finds the next clone of himself because he was supposed to die. He doesn't die. There's another one. There's Mickey 18 waiting for them, who has a completely different personality, but it's still very much him. And when Nasha sees them both that was the most that people laugh in my theater, which is when she realized that like, oh shit, I have two. Yeah. Like that reaction was like because like she was like, yeah, we'll talk about how to fix it later, but like right now, just let me enjoy this. And she says like, oh come on, you would be excited if there were two of me too, as well, which is like
It's not
so
wrong.
it's not wrong. Yeah, no, it's
I,
there's something that really works. Yeah.
as Nikki, because that comes right after the part where he almost gets with the other girl, right?
Oh
The
yeah.
other, the other captain or the other space agent. I asked Nikki, if there were two of me and the other version of me wants to get with someone else, what would you do? And she said, "Oh, I kill you both." Why? Well, because that would mean that, like, why is that version of you going for someone else? Now you both have to die. I was like, oh, okay, I see how this works.
And she's right. Like, and she's right. No, because that scene where like the other girl, she even tries to negotiate with like
Yeah, she's
Nasha.
like,
She
you
goes,
keep one, I keep one.
yeah, like who loses here? And no, like I get it. I get it immediately when Nasha was like, no, like no.
Well, because dude, she loved, and again, that's another reason why they work so well, or like you can call her a real day one, because she loved air him in every version. Like none of this Doctor Strange bullshit. I loved you in every universe. She actually loved every version of him. She said, "Oh, this one was clingy. This one had anger issues, but I always loved him no matter what."
Yeah, there's a very subtle. How do I say this? It's very nice when you get to meet someone that like loves every version of you, even if you don't like that version of you.
I
And
completely agree.
that I think is the underlying message of their relationship. And I think that was really nice. And we can give praise to Robert Pattinson, but it's that chemistry with the actress Naomi Aki, who plays Nasha, who I think that this will be two of the things that people are going to talk about the most in this movie. Um, I forgot to mention the actors, but like it was Robert Pattinson, Naomi Aki, Stephen Yeun, Mark Ruffalo, Toni Collette, Anna Maria Bartolome, and other colorful characters. Sci-fi aspect was great. I thought the movie was very funny,
Can we
and
acknowledge that Naomi Aki
yeah.
is like pro is not to take anything away from Mickey or Robert Pattinson, but she is very much the hero in the story. Like fucking MVP with her teeth, and we will get to that in a moment. But
What do you
she's
mean by
very much
that?
like a hero in the story.
Yeah, she I thought she was great in the movie. Like really, you remember her. Like she's an image that you very much remember. And these two yearning for each other is something that you cannot really like forget. I thought she was great. I hope I see her in more projects. Um, I only have one piece of criticism for the movie, and I think I want to get it out before we tackle all the political aspects of this.
Hmm.
Um, Spoilers, but like my score for this movie, it's a 4.5 out of 5. Like it's a near perfect score. The only thing that I didn't like love of the movie, and I've seen this movie twice, so I wanted to see it again just so I could see if like this part really breaks it for me or not. And to me, it's the little like dream sequence that happens near the end. Um,
Okay,
yeah,
all right,
yeah.
we
When
can have a
when
discussion.
he's yeah when he reaches the when spoilers, but like the whole movie ends and like they're about to do this thing where like they're gonna destroy the cloning machine so that way there's not we end the cloning procedure and he could just be himself. Mickey falls into like this little like dream sleep in the ceremony, and he has this dream sequence where Toni Collette's character kind of comes back and starts to badmouth him really out of nowhere, like after we thought that she died, and then she's using the cloning machine, which we're just now seeing that it's gonna get destroyed, and to bring back Mark Ruffalo's character, and it was very slow and very weird,
Almost
and
out of
halfway
place.
through I was like, what's up?
Almost out of place.
Yeah, it felt extremely out of place. I know this is based on a novel. I don't know if him having dream sequences or flashbacks are part of the novel. That's something that I wouldn't be able to tell you. It felt like something that maybe was there, but then the movie just cuts back to the ending and then it ends normally. And he has this like ongoing monologue narration thing where he's just like, "Oh, I'm still having dreams sometimes, but like I'm okay." And it's like if they had established that he has these dreams, maybe we wouldn't feel so out of place. But that's the only scene that is kind of causing me to not go like a full perfect 10 out of 10 thing because it really pulls me out of like an otherwise kind of perfect ending.
I would say I'm more open to it. It didn't break the movie for me just because I'm like, okay, like maybe that's just his manifestation of self-doubts, right? Like he has self-doubts. Like Mickey 18 was very much bashing him the whole time. Like, oh, I don't need to have a dream sequence of how shitty I am. You're gonna tell me. And then we did see the sequence where he thinks he killed his mom, like stuff like that. Like, or he's constantly saying, I deserve this. Like, I deserve to be treated like shit. I deserve to be stepped on. Like, I am no one. Like, he's constantly putting himself down. So at that instance, I kind of see it as if like Tony Collette is just doing what, Mickey does to himself and hurting himself. But I think that sequence, and I can be wrong, is him kind of having a reckoning of coming to terms with everything and being okay going forward and being one, the only Mickey, right? Because he doesn't get to respawn after this. He is uniquely one of the only individuals that's ever been able to be like, oh, I'll come back. Nope, there ain't no coming back now. So I'm more accepting of it. Is it a little messy? Yeah, yeah, it is. But I'm more willing to accept that part.
Yeah, that really is the only thing that I have not issues with, but yeah,
That
a lot
notes,
of this, yeah, the really like the tracks, everything else I really liked about the movie. Every performance I think is good. Ruffalo I think is also in like a late great generational run between this and his performance in a what's it called
little things.
in Poor no Poor Things, yeah, Poor
Poor thing.
Things. I think these two performances very much complement each other, and he's really good at playing this absolutely
Sack
terrible
of shit, piece of shit
person.
asshole.
Yeah, that's also like a child because it's so fucking funny.
And it's so
So
fucking accurate.
yeah, so that's another thing that we're gonna talk about, and I guess this is the time, which is how timely this movie is, which is funny because it was delayed like 2 years, and a lot of things very much fell into place almost by magic. So I'm gonna let you take the reins on this one because I think you might have more aggressive stuff to say. So uh,
Not since the Pink Lady in the Order of the Phoenix have I wanted to kick in someone's teeth so badly. Not since what's her name? I can't remember her name anymore.
Dolores Umbridge.
Thank you. Not since the Lord's Umbridge have I wanted to shit stomp on someone so hard. Um, and that includes Voldemort. I didn't even hate Voldemort this much. I actively despised these people. It's very clear. All right, I'm gonna get in my zone now.
Yeah,
It's very obvious that Bong Joon Ho hates capitalism, right? He has made that clear in several of his films. He fucking hates capitalism because capitalism, when unchecked, is a bad thing, folks. I don't know if you're aware of the current state of the United States right now, but we're on the verge of a recession due to one asshole that has too much power and him knowing how to cripple the fucking economy. And the fact that, the economy can be crippled by one piece of shit. I mean, I'm just saying, maybe something's broken. That said, they're very heavy-handed in their portrayal of this cult. Like let's call it, let's say it. These maggots, they're cults, right? They worship this guy. The ground that he walks on, he can do no wrong. He is beyond criticism, which is, by the way, folks, the telltale sign of a cult is when you can't or won't criticize him out of fear or because he's never wrong. Because, ladies and gentlemen, everyone is wrong sometimes, some more than others. But anyway, that said, and they even go so far as to give him the red hats, which I'm like, oh, god damn it.
yeah, that felt very much like okay, okay, Bong, okay.
We see where you're going with it, which I think is part of the reason why this movie got so much negative discourse is because there are conservatives that are like, oh, he's just attacking us. No, warranted criticism does not attack. It means fucking be better. But
Yeah,
what do I know? Due process. That said, Mark Ruffalo's portrayal, he even said straight up, like he never admitted it, but it's very clear where the motivation to play this bastard came from.
yeah, and Ruffalo, outspoken Trump hater. Like he probably did this with so much gusto. Like,
Love you, dude. Love you for this.
yeah. There's a lot of that here present. There's a couple of things that ended up lining up perfectly and that feel weird being that they're a coincidence. This movie was supposed to come out 2 years ago, I think,
Mhm.
like a year and a half ago. And I don't know, having a scene where the leader or the president of this event almost gets shot. Like graces him. Like, I don't know, felt a little bit like, okay, how did you do? Timely.
I mean,
Uh,
maybe that's where some of that $118 million budget went. I'm not making allegations. I'm just, making observations.
hey, it all came from David Zaslav's pocket, so like it's fine.
It's
You
fine.
know?
It's fine. He
Yeah,
owes you
it's
for
fine.
Batgirl.
Thank you for bringing it up. I wasn't going to. It's weird because did you hear the thing about Coyote versus Acme?
Yes.
Yeah, so it got purchased by a studio. It will be released eventually. Ever since that happened, HBO and Max and Saslab have like done a full 180.
What do you mean?
Like suddenly, like everything's kind of going okay their way. Like Mickey 17 did good. The Last of Us show is doing good. The Pit is doing
Minecraft
good.
is making a shit ton of money.
Making a ton of money. Fucking what was the other one? Sinners also is doing pulling amazing numbers. The
Sinners
highest
should kill it
grossing
this summer.
the the highest grossing debut since the pandemic for an original movie, just for Sinners. The
Yeah.
Superman looks like it will soar into the horizon this summer. Uh,
AEW is growing.
they just purchased AAA.
No,
Uh,
WWE. AEW is the
oh,
other
okay,
wrestling company that I love.
okay,
Actually, I love
yeah,
them more than WWE, if I'm being honest, but that's a conversation for another day.
yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Anyway, things are kind of going okay their way. We'll see. We'll see how that ends up. But yeah, I just want to say that like a lot of this, it's like okay, okay, all right, nice.
so what did you think of the third act sacrifice of Mickey 18, the bluffing and the aliens, motivations, designs, and all that stuff?
Wonderful, poetic. I like the Mickey 18 and his feeling towards us, Mickey 17. I thought the part when he kind of loses his shit with him was so funny. He went like, "You let him treat you like this? Like really?" He goes like, "What did you do after?" It's like, "I told him thank you for dinner." I was like, "You motherfucker, we're gonna go kill him." Like I love all those parts.
Yeah,
The alien design,
the
what
creeper
were they called? The creepers.
copyright protected.
Uh, the Bong, HBO, Warner, whoever's in charge, send us a plushie of that. I know you sent them to enough influencers who don't want it. Give me one. I need one of the one of those hooded motherfuckers. I need one of those. I need that sitting in my bed. That is the cutest thing. That is the cutest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like it's the I love the creepers, man. I like they were small. I like they were medium. I like there was a big one. They kind of reminded me of those big bug creatures from Nasuka because this movie is also basically Nasuka. So, so I like that. I love the creatures. I love when they're protecting the big one and they start like going around and then they split into different ones. So that way, it felt like defense mechanism that we find in nature and in cells. Um, and
Do
also I like the CGI. It didn't look terrible. The parts where they're in the snow, it didn't look bad. I thought it was gonna look like a little bad, but that's where Saslap's money goes into, and where Bong really does know how to direct and produce those parts. Yeah, no, I didn't have a problem with that. I even liked the last moment of Mickey 18 when he sacrificed himself to kill Ruffalo, and he goes like, "You're scared," and he goes like, who's not, like let's go.
I loved the way he went out though. Like I loved how he was like, go fuck yourself. I kind of wish Ruffalo had a more violent death, wish fulfillment and all that. But fine, I'll take him getting blown up in front of his wife, I guess. Which like how vindictive and evil they are. It's unfortunate that it's becoming more and more likely, not likely, I'm sorry, but it's more you're not surprised by their level of cruelty by certain individuals. That you wouldn't be surprised if that's actually how people acted. Um, the abuse that a lot of these people willingly endure. The first part that made me go, "Oh, fuck this guy, fuck this system," was when Mickey tried to grab a piece of loaf of bread, like a small little bread thing, and it was like, "You are 18 calories over."
Yeah,
18 calories over. Are you
yeah,
fucking kidding me? He's an expendable. He can die. And then, oh, we're gonna cut you to half rations until you catch that thing. Yeah, feed him less. I'm sure that'll help him.
yeah. That'll help him, die this year.
And just
Like,
like, God damn it. And this poor bastard doesn't even know what a well-cooked steak looks like. He's a raw piece of meat that gives him poison.
yeah, it looked like Jello. Like, I know they were saying that it was experimental. Like, they were trying to just basically genetic engineer a steak.
Yeah.
Because like how would they? I really like that whole world view, not world view, but like world building. Like I really like how it felt futuristic and yet kind of close, you know?
Yeah.
Uh
Which is why I don't hate the
yeah.
designs. They're like, oh, it's so unimaginative. No, it's pretty accurate what it would probably look like.
That ship looks lived in. It looks like people who have been there, repeatedly and have lived around there. It's like remember the movie Passengers with Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence?
Mm,
Hated that movie
yes.
and I hated that ship because it never looked like it was there. It looked green screen to death. And in this one, the ship looked like a set. It looked like a practical set. There's scenes where he's walking around, like walking from one room to another, or from the loading deck to his room, and you can kind of make out where everything is. Like I feel like if you dropped me there, I could get there. I could get to those places.
Yeah, there was practical sets.
Yeah, and
I love
that
that.
I think really helped. Um, Oh God, like besides the one criticism I have nothing but praise for this movie. I thought, love the production design. I love how big it was. Love how it felt like an event, and
Mhm.
I love that it was funny. It was so funny, like without being really mean, except to like Trumpers, but
I can't
it
remember if I laughed. It was funny, but I don't think I ever like outwardly laughed. I can't
yeah, it's
remember if I did.
well, there were a ton of parts like Mickey acting repeatedly wanting to kill people. I thought was funny.
The inner rage,
Nosh.
yes.
Yeah, Nasha getting excited for having two Mickeys was pretty funny. Just Ruffalo like blowing up his shit was pretty funny. Toni Collette's just outrageous performance, like her obsession with sauces, I thought was
Sauces.
also like,
God damn
so
it.
funny. Like now I can't think of sauces without like imagining her just going crazy over like sauces. Um, Loved it. Another successful bong hit. We'll be rewatching repeatedly. Uh, Loved watching it in theater. I saw it with a couple of friends, and the second time I got to see it with Jess, which I think just she loved it too, which is just great. Um, yeah, there's so much here, and but it's also one of those movies that I feel like it's kind of boring to talk about because like all I'm gonna do is just praise it. All I'm gonna do is just be like, yes, of course it's great. The parts that are obvious. And but it's just a great movie to watch, and I will be adding it to like my rotation, and I'm super happy with it. I think it's on VOD now, so it's gonna be easier to like rent and stuff. If y'all haven't seen it, check it out. I think it's wonderful stuff and very accessible too. Like if you haven't seen a Bong movie, like this is not a bad one to start.
I actually have some counterpoints to all that praise.
Okay.
Do you think the criticism is warranted when people are like, "Oh, it's not clean," or "Oh, it feels kind of disjointed," or "It feels unfocused"? Like, do you think there's anything to those criticisms?
I think that's gonna be the based on how people process and get through a movie. I didn't feel like this was disjointed. The only part I felt that was disjointed was the dream sequence at the end.
Hmm.
Besides that, the movie flows pretty easily and pretty quickly from one page to another. And I like the side characters who should be just kind of forgettable also get to shine. Like I love the scientists in this and the people that drive the trucks and everything. Everyone's criticisms I think are coming from a place of how they understand and how they process film and story, but But how can you not like this, you know? Like how
Yeah.
can this be something that how is this where we draw our line in the sand? Like are we excusing electric state but not this? I don't think so. I don't think so, man.
So, okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah,
There's a book. This film is based on the book Mickey 7.
Big Seven, yeah.
Now, my question is this: do they do the sequel, Antimatter Blues?
I know very little of the sequel. I don't know what else we could do. I think it would be super difficult to get Bong and Robert and Aki and Yun and everyone again in a
I
room together. I think it would be super difficult. Pattinson can't even sit down to do Batman 2. Uh, I think getting him to do this
God
again, it
damn it,
would be,
Reeves! Fucking chain him to the wall if you have to.
yeah, he's doing everything except writing that script. Uh, Now, I am okay with movies not having sequels anymore. I am okay with that. I just saw Sinners, which there's already talk about like sequels. Like, no, leave it how it is. There's no reason to. It's perfect the way it is, and
Look,
I think so is this.
look, they promised us a sequel. It better fucking come. I'm not asking. I'm telling you, we better get a sequel to the Batman.
Oh, the Batman. Okay, I thought I meant this.
But I would like Antimatter Blues. I just know the synopsis, but it sounds interesting. It's essentially the creepers are the allies of the humans, right?
Yeah.
There's another species called the spiders. They don't look they're not spiders, but they look like they're just called spiders. There's a war going on between the creepers and the spiders, and the creepers are kind of like it's getting out of hand, and the humans are like maybe we should use these antimatter bomb to like just kill all the spiders and call it a day. And Mickey is like, well, no, like they're still beings. Should we kill them? So he's dealing with that, plus his relationship with Nasha as now that she's the leader. Like it's taking the next step, the next logical steps in the story. One of their relationship, but two, I am now the only Mickey. Who am I? Right? Like his last one was coming to terms with the fact that there will be no more. But now it's like, well, I used to love pie, but I fucking hate blueberries. Am I still Mickey? Am I Mickey Barnes? Like that.
Okay.
So
Um,
I think it's a logical next step at the very least. Doesn't sound like they're treading old ground.
it could work. Bong has never done a sequel, but you know, uh, if it's not the same team, then no. If yes, then sure.
Look, if Godzilla minus one can get a sequel, I'm pretty sure this can too.
Yeah, I'm not super for that, but
But the
okay.
minus one
It's
sequel?
Yeah, I'm not for that.
Dude, I
Just
cannot fucking wait.
no, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there day one. But like, I that story was told. Like, tell unless it's with different humans that make us feel like the same emotions.
No,
I
they're
don't know.
gonna use the same
Was it?
people. It's gonna be a continuation of the story, as I understand.
Jesus Christ.
Well, do you remember how she had the black in her neck?
Yeah, I don't.
No, like I think they're gonna kill her. I think she's gonna end up dying.
Well, that's gonna be a great thing for me to think about when I'm, rewatching the first one and now everything is ruined. So, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. What the fuck do I even know? Um, anyway, we'll see. We'll see, I guess. What would you score Mickey 17?
Uh, 7 out of 10. Good movie. Like I don't hate it. I'm not sure if and when I would ever watch it again. I would watch it with other people, maybe. Like if it's their first time, I think it'd be a good movie like that.
Mhm.
But and it's a really good philosophical movie. Honestly, if I was a teacher, I would have them watch this and then we discuss.
Yeah. I like that it takes time to talk about that morality, and I think this is one of the most charming main characters that we've had in like a long ass time. Absolutely loved it. Again, for me, this is a 4.5 out of 5. Closer to a 5 than it is to a 4. And yeah, super loved it. Love Bong. I'm gonna see everything he does, and I'm gonna see everything Robert Pattinson does. And that's just the way it is. So I think we finished this in good time. So I think we should be good to close out here. Next week, we're going to do a review of Sinners.
More
Cannot
top.
wait to talk about that movie. It's going to be so, so good. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. My name was Chema,
I've been Eddie.
and this was The Rollback.
Signing off with a reminder to go watch some more original films.
Yeah. Watch Sinners. Everyone, go watch Sinners. This is the sign. Go watch Sinners. Make a lot of money.
Don't let Minecraft steal all the money. Give it to Sinners
Yeah.
and Mickey 17.
And Mickey 17, which is now available on VOD. Good night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.